Red Memory by Guardian journalist Tanya Branigan is a new book that explains how the period of the Cultural Revolution, which was a period between 1966 and 1976 of immense terror and tragedy in China that took between 500,000 to 2 million lives, that fundamentally reshaped Chinese politics and society. The thesis of Branigan's book is that it's not possible to understand Chinese politics today, including its supreme leader Xi Jinping, without understanding that period of time. And during that period of time, there was a fundamental campaign of terror by the government against any sense, real or imagined, of counter-revolutionary activity, political dissent, but also just senseless violence. And those fundamental forces ended up shaping Xi Jinping himself, who was what was called a princeling, which was somebody who came from a powerful family, but himself was impacted by the Cultural Revolution, by forces he couldn't control that were started by Mao Zedong himself, the leader at the time, and was exiled for a number of years. And what the author does is look at a variety of sort of forces that led to the violence, but also led to the outcomes, which was how these princelings, including a gentleman by the name of Po Xilai, who was then a leader of a major Chinese city, but ultimately became sort of, fell victim, I guess, to the same forces that operated during the Cultural Revolution, and was himself now serving a lifetime sentence for corruption. And so the intertwining of these forces, the intertwining of these stories, the search for meaning during that period of time is what this book is about. And it's a really great new guide to understanding, to ultimately understanding what kind of a power are we dealing with, what shapes the internal forces of Chinese politics and society, and how should the U.S. respond to that? Because what we're seeing a lot right now is a search for a new China policy. And I think this book is a very terrific start for those who seek to understand how to respond to a modern China as well.